HOA banned my uncle from the pool. He designed it for disabled vets. You don't expect a war hero to be called a disruption in his own neighborhood. You sure don't expect it to happen in front of kids. At a pool he literally designed to help people like himself feel human again. My name's Leo Castillo. I'm 25, work in tech support, and I just moved into Windmere Oaks with my uncle. Sal's short for Salvador, but nobody calls him that except government mail. Everyone else, they just call him the guy who rolls in with dignity. Uncle Sal's a retired Navy Seabee, lost part of his leg in Afghanistan. Spent the better part of a decade fighting for veterans' access rights, especially when it comes to public spaces. He consults on adaptive engineering projects across the state. And yeah, he helped design our neighborhood's pool when it was renovated in 2020. That pool lift his idea, the angled railings, his sketch, the signage about inclusive access for all his words. And yet, a woman with a plastic badge and too much time decided he didn't belong. It was our second week in Windmere Oaks. I'd moved in with him to help out and save money. He liked routine early morning laps, light PT, then reading by the pool. That Monday was no different, except that's when Karen showed up. Her real name is Judith Carlin. But if you've been online in the last 5 years, you already know her type. Clipboard, mismatched power complex, wears aviators indoors, called herself Pool Enforcement Director for the Windmere Oaks HOA. Except there was no such position. There is an HOA board, but she wasn't elected to anything. That didn't stop her from printing rules on letterhead. She mocked up on Canva and patrolling the pool like it was a federal checkpoint. I was walking behind Uncle Sal that morning, carrying towels and snacks. When we reached the gate, Karen stood right in front of it, blocking the entrance. "I'm going to have to stop you right there," she said. Arms crossed. Sal nodded politely. "Excuse me, HOA Regulation 6.2.3. No non-mobile equipment permitted inside the pool enclosure without pre-approval?" Sal's smile didn't even flicker. "Are you referring to the chair? I'm referring to your wheelchair," she said, voice crisp. "Also, I haven't seen your name on the usage list. This pool is for active residents only." "I live here," he said. She glanced at me. "And you are?" "I'm on the lease," I replied. "He's the owner. I moved in with him," Karen scoffed. "Regardless, mobility devices need special clearance." Sal tilted his head. "I designed this layout." She blinked. "What I was contracted by the city to consult on adaptive aquatic systems. That lift over there. My team installed it." Karen's voice got shrill. "That doesn't exempt you from policy." "Which policy?" Sal asked, calm as ever. She fumbled her clipboard. It's in the bylaws." "Great. Show me where it says a wheelchair is a violation." "I don't have to show you. You need to leave." She swiped her key card and locked the gate. I was frozen. I wanted to yell, but Sal just nodded. "We'll go," he said, "but this isn't the end of it." That night, I posted the footage from my phone. It caught the whole interaction, including her words, her tone, and Sal's restraint. It spread like wildfire. Reddit, TikTok, Facebook. People were outraged. A disabled veteran denied access to a pool he helped build by a woman enforcing rules she made up. It struck a nerve. Veteran groups shared it. Advocacy pages picked it up. Even the city's Parks and Rec department reposted the video. But behind the scenes, Sal wasn't just waiting for public sympathy. He was building a case. He reached out to the Windmere HOA board, met with 2 members privately, showed them the original blueprints, his name in the engineering plans, his design files, photos of him at the ribbon cutting 3 years prior, standing on crutches with the mayor, smiling beside that same lift Karen tried to gatekeep. Turns out, Karen wasn't even on the board anymore. She'd served 1 term 5 years ago and lost re-election by a landslide, but she never stopped acting like she ran the place. Worse, she had a history of complaints. Told a teen with autism he was splashing too erratically. Tried to ban floaties for being visual clutter. Removed the pool's communal kickboard, citing unauthorized shared equipment. The HOA had ignored her antics until now. We weren't done. Sal called a few friends, engineers, local council reps, ADA compliance lawyers. Within a week, we had a full list of Karen's code violations and a legal statement outlining her actions as discriminatory under federal access law and the HOA. They panicked, called an emergency meeting. We were invited to attend. The community center was packed. Residents filled every seat, some standing against the back wall. Karen showed up too, all righteous indignation and fake poise. They gave her the floor first. She rattled off concerns about equipment safety, liability, and order. She tried to spin the narrative as misunderstood intentions. Sal didn't even stand when they gave him the floor. He just rolled forward, spoke into the mic with calm, unshakable grace. I didn't come here to argue. I came here to remind this community what this pool was supposed to represent: inclusion, healing, and accessibility. I bled for this country. I didn't ask for pity. I asked for a place to swim. He paused, held up a laminated blueprint. This was my design. That woman at the gate, she tried to lock me out of something I built. Silence fell over the room. Then came the clapping. Slow at first, then thunderous. Karen stood up to respond, but the board cut her off. That night, the HOA made it official. Karen was permanently banned from enforcing any pool-related rules. Her printed notices were declared null and void. A formal apology was issued to Sal, read aloud, signed, and posted publicly. The HOA pledged to undergo ADA training and restructure their enforcement policy around inclusivity. And Sal, he was invited to lead the new advisory committee on community design. Now he swims every morning. Kids wave at him. Seniors ask him for gardening tips. And that pool lift, it's now nicknamed the Sal seat. We even added a plaque on the wall in honor of all who serve, designed by one who did. And Karen, she sold her house 3 months later. Nobody threw her a going-away party. Call to action. Have you ever witnessed someone misuse their position to exclude others, especially those who gave more than they took? Where do we draw the line between rules and righteousness? Share your story below. Let your voice ripple through this digital pool. Because every space we build, especially ones meant to heal, should remain open to all who need them. And no clipboard should ever lock someone out of what they helped create.